President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Major General Farouk Yahaya as the new Chief of Army Staff. This is according to a statement signed by military spokesperson Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu. Prior to his appointment, Major General Yahaya was the general officer commanding 1 division of the Nigerian Army and the incumbent theater commander of the counter-terrorism, counter-insurgency military outfit in the northeast, codenamed Operation Hadin Kai. His appointment comes days after the immediate past Army Chief, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, died in a Kaduna air crash, along with 10 other military officials. Now let's talk to security expert Kabiru Adamu for more on this new development. We have a new Chief of Army Staff from the north and a Major General. Would you say that the fruit did not fall far from the tree?
Yes, I mean, I like the way you're putting it, in the sense that this is a seasoned military practitioner, someone who has maintained the kind of stability that you expect from a leader, and more importantly, someone who has over the last few years been at the corridors of power. One time advisor to a Minister of Defense, several times leading different military formations, including divisions, and then his last appointment was the military operation in the northeast, which is Operation Hadin Kai. So definitely someone who is tested and tried, and who incidentally is now the new Chief of Army Staff.
Indeed, sterling qualities, but what more do we know about his performance coming up this far?
Well, from the point of view of an outsider who is studying the Nigerian defense sector, he appears to be someone who has been quite instrumental in carrying the people he works with along. The feelers I'm getting is that he's well liked personally, and that he is a leader who listens to the people that he's leading. And so I think the news is going to be a very cheering news to especially the Army Corps and several other persons within the military structure, both the civilian component of that. However, he's coming to face a lot of challenges. The most significant one, which unfortunately is not well spoken, is the appointments that have preceded him, including that of late Lieutenant General Atahiru. The several persons who may have been forced to retire have some level of grievances. Likewise, the long stay of General Burutai has definitely affected the military hierarchy. How is he going to address that? How would he pacify all of these grievances within the military, and perhaps those that have been forced to retire, so that he has a united front? He's got ahead of him some significant task to achieve, majorly that of terrorism, as well as banditry, for which the military has been given that responsibility, and the army specifically would play a key role in tackling that. So how does he galvanize the entire army, as well as work with the other units of the military to achieve that? That, for me, would be the major task ahead of him.
His appointment is coming about 6 days after the fatal air crash that killed his predecessor, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru. And that's a talking point. We've had 2 military plane crashes and 1 disappearance in the past 1 year. Do you think you will also be concerned about that?
Definitely. As now the Chief of Army Staff, who will definitely be using some of these assets to travel, he would definitely be worried and concerned about that. But the good news is that there's an ongoing evaluation, and I think that is the right way to go. Have an unbiased assessment of what the challenges, what are the issues that have caused those crashes or disappearances. And then, of course, once you know that, then you can now decide the best line of action. There is no commander that would like to have assets that he cannot rely on, both technical and human. In this instance, it's been proven over time, at least in the last few months, we've seen 3 crashes, that these assets have issues. Either those that are flying them, or the assets themselves, or whatever, maybe the platforms have challenges. And so it's very instrumental that those challenges are understood. And I think as now a Chief of Army Staff, he would definitely work closely with the Chief of Air Staff and any other person that has a hand in the administration of those platforms and assets to understand the challenges and address them squarely. It affects him as well as the other service chiefs and anyone who uses those assets. And so it's not just doing this for somebody else, he's doing it for himself. And so he would definitely be concerned.
All eyes on Farouk Yahaya. He too now has a chance at making history. Thank you so much for talking to our security expert, Kabiru Adamu.
Thank you for having me. Stay safe.